Hi everyone, it's Kim with Simply Homespun, and it is Saturday, July 2nd. I did not record yesterday because I didn't know what to show you, because I had done a lot of work, but I've had to rip out a lot. My dad's infamous sweater, I was knitting it, and to do the ribbing, it's knit 2 in the back and then purl 2. And then on the last row, you increase. And I increased, or tried to, and in those knit stitches, I did not know how to increase if you knit in the back. It was just leaving me like a loop. And when I went with it because I'm not a perfectionist, and you know, if it looked okay, I was going to go with it. But when I added the additional couple, I went on and did like 2 or 3 more rows, and there were just holes where I had increased. So I'm like, ugh. So I ripped out, not all the way, but I ripped out to where I increased. And then what I did, because I couldn't find anything about increasing in a knit in the back stitch, and so I just, on the last row, I just knit 2, purl 2 regular, and then I increased in those knit stitches, and it did okay. I've got that in here. Everybody's got these cute project bags, and I've got these humongous bags, or my little gift bags, or my project bags for right now. But anyway, so here it is, and I think it looks okay. I've not knit any more on it, but it's big. So I'll have more progress on that next week. And my socks, the other work in progress. You want to see my second cuff? I'm casting it on. I've ripped the thing out twice. I'm like, ah. But what happened was, I had, you know, what the progress I showed you last week. Well, then I sat down to do it again, you know, work on it. And I was talking, which I know I can't do, and knit. So what I did was I just knit the stitches, all of them. I wasn't ribbing anymore. I was just knitting. And the thing is so T90 that I couldn't get them out. I couldn't take the stitches out. So I just ripped the whole thing apart. So then I start again today, where I was down at the lake with Ben, and we were swimming, and then I was getting out and working on my sock. And so I got 4 rows done on the cuff, and it occurs to me I'm not ribbing again. So I knit. I had to take it all out again, and here's this. 4 stitches cast on, 60 more to go, and then more the cuff. If I do it a 3rd time, I'm going to scream, but it would not be surprising. I mean, that's crazy, but I just keep looking. I did make progress. There's the first sock, so it's possible to do. Man. Oh, and I finished my baby blanket. I'll show you that in a minute because I don't have it. But those are my works in progress. And let me show you a couple of, my doggy's right behind me. Couple of finished objects. I finished this one, which I had posted this on Instagram earlier. My original plan was to knit this, or it's not knit it, spin it, and then dye it. I was going to dye this top part purple and then just kind of splash colors, pick up color from the beads like the pink and the yellow and blue, and just kind of have those scattered on the bottom. But when I posted it, there was the consensus not to dye it because it looked great just like it was. So I didn't dye it, and so now this is a finished object and on my shop, or in my Etsy shop now. It's 224 yards, so it's a lot for your art yarn. Anyway, and it's got the, you remember I showed you the Yarn Bee sequined yarn in the purple colorway. It's got that in it. And then these beads I gotten from Michael's. And these feel like clay beads, so I don't know if they're Fimo or what. But so there's that. Well, a project, I actually, for the first time, I joined a KAL. And it's Mina Phillips from the Knitting Expat Podcast. she and I think it's Shannon from Sockcetera podcast. They are doing a Summer Blanket knit along. And it's hashtag Summer Blanket Blitz on Instagram and on Ravelry. If you go to the Knitting Expat, I think she's actually under her name Mina Phillips. You can see the thread for that KAL. But Mina, has done, she is a pattern designer, and she did a pinwheel scrap blanket, and it is cool. It's kind of like the cozy, oh my gosh, I've just gone blank, where you're knitting the little squares out of leftover yarn, and Cozy Memories blanket. Thank you, Lord. Okay, the cozy knitting and the cozy memories. It's kind of like that, except you're using minis, and it's a pinwheel design, and it's really neat. So one block has eight little pinwheel sections. You know, like the blowy pinwheel, so it's kind of a triangle. So it's got 8 of those, and they're actually knit in one, and you just join at the, when you get around, you'll join that. And then you take those blocks and you put them, you know, sew them together, and that will give you your pinwheel scrap blanket. And so you don't have to do the pinwheel scrap blanket, but Mina has that pattern, and she finished a blanket, and it is beautiful. So anyway, I wanted to knit that. And so if you want to join in that KAL, it's at Knitting Expat, or Sockcetera also has it on her Ravelry page, or her Ravelry group. And that's going on from July 1st, which was yesterday, through the end of August 31st. And then when you get your squares done, then you just post them on the pictures on Ravelry or on Instagram. And they're going to pick winners from both. So, or draw for prizes. So anyway, it's my first KAL. I'm excited. I joined a sweater KAL also, but I didn't write down the details of that. I'll put that in the show notes. But I'm going to, as long as I'm doing my dad's sweater, I'm going to do that. Join that KAL, sweater KAL. Okay, and I think that runs through the end of the year. I'm sure it does, otherwise I wouldn't have joined, because there's no way I'm going to be finished. Well, I'm hoping to be finished, like I said, by October 15th, my dad's birthday. What else? Okay, I have started a knit along. Oh wait, before I tell you that, what I was going to tell you, from this big skein, I made a mini skein to use as my first pinwheel piece. So this week I'm going to be spinning mini skeins and dyeing them, and what I'll probably do is put them all in my shop, and then as I'm ready for more, I'll just pull them out of my shop and then replace with more. So anyway, that's my first one. Okay, I'm doing a KAL myself, my first one. And I'm not even sure I did it right. I asked Amanda from the Mendo Bug podcast, who I told you, I think in episode 1, she was an inspiration for me doing this podcast, as well as Mina Phillips from the Knitting Expat. But Amanda, I asked her to check and make sure I set it up right. But it's an art sock KAL. And you can use your favorite sock pattern and knit these socks, but I want them pieces of art. Use art yarn, use beads, use feathers, use sparkles, use any kind of artsy anything to decorate it up. The only thing is, the socks need to be wearable, not so you don't want to put sharp things in because you couldn't wear your socks. So they need to be wearable, but that KAL is going to run from July 5th to September 30th. And I believe I have it set up right on Ravelry, Simply Homespun on Ravelry, and just go to my my threads, and you'll see the sock KAL thread, and also there's a chatter thread on there for the sock KAL, and you can post your pictures there when you're done with your socks, and you can enter as many times as you want with different socks. You can also post to Instagram. I'm Simply Homespun on Instagram, sorry. And so you can post your picture there. Use the hashtag Simply Handspun Art Sock KAL. Simply Handspun Art Sock KAL. I'll put that in my show notes at the bottom of here on YouTube. But so if, and this was something that came up on the blanket KAL, if your Instagram account is private, then if you post the picture, I'm not going to be able to see it apparently. So if your Instagram account is private, then be sure you put your picture on the Ravelry thread so I can see it. And then I'll pull winners from Instagram and Ravelry. So there'll be prizes. And like I said, it goes from July 5th to September 30th. And you can double dip, triple dip. But that'll be fun. I'm excited about that. One of the most exciting things that happened this week. Well, my daughter, she was going into surgery. She came out great, and she's already home and doing well. So praise the Lord for that. And I was in Walmart yesterday grocery shopping, and usually I don't go to Walmart to grocery shop. I'll go to Kroger, but anyway, I know why I went to Walmart. We wanted Mexican lasagna, which we just ate. I love Mexican lasagna, and Walmart is the only place where I can find the Mexican lasagna. Stouffer's used to make it, and I can't find it anymore. We used to be able to get it anywhere, but anyway, I was walking down the baking aisle, and you will not believe what is out. It's sweetened condensed caramel. I cannot believe it. Caramel Eagle brand milk. And they also had a chocolate one, but I got the caramel one. And I ate it all. No, I'm kidding. It's in a jar. But I made iced coffee with this. Oh my gosh, it's good. Also, I usually drink my coffee in the morning black, but I actually tried this in my hot coffee, and awesome. But for the iced coffee, I just filled my cup with ice, drizzled quite a bit of this on the ice. Then I just made some instant coffee and poured it over and left about that much space in the glass and filled it up with milk, stirred it up, and it is fantastic. So, and you know what? This, I looked on the ingredients, it does not have that, this carrageen or something that's in a lot of the creamers that they say causes cancer. So this does not have that. It's only sugar and then some sugar and caramel color, milk, natural flavor, sugar. They'll say sugar. So anyway, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. Just try it. It's good. Okay, enough. I was so excited about this. Nobody else may be, but I was. Now, one thing I did work on this week that I didn't last week is my bullet journal. And I'm excited to show you this. I was trying to, I wanted to have pattern project pages for my knitting project so I could keep progress and set goals and everything. Well, I was looking and I couldn't find any online. Not in Instagram, not in Pinterest. And maybe if I'd spent all day, I would have found something. But anyway, I just came up with my own. And this is, whoops, that's the sky. Okay. And it's beautiful in Crossville today. So this is for my sock. So sock tracker. It's Mina's magic loop. And then, so I had cuff for sock 1 and sock 2. And then I'm just coloring in the little socks. So each one of these socks is worth 5 rounds. So it's 20 rounds for the cuff. So I did sock 1, it's finished. And hopefully I'll be able to color in sock 2 before I die. So, but anyway, so here on the leg, each one of these socks, I meant for it to be 5 and I got carried away and did 30. So you do 60 rounds. So each of these socks is worth 2 rounds. So every 2 rounds, I'll just color in a sock. And I did sock 1 and sock 2. And then the heel, when I finish the heel, surely I can do that at one sitting. I'll just color that in. And then the foot, my foot, I needed about 5 inches. So each one of these is 1 inch. And then the toe and, oh, that's it. And then I wrote when I began it. And I really don't remember the exact date, but I put around June 23rd. So that is my project tracker for my sock. I didn't do one for the sweater yet, and I haven't done one for the pinwheel scrap blanket, but I will. And I'll have that to show you. The other thing, so then I did my July calendar spread. And I wrote some things in already. A couple of Bible verses. And then my goals for July. And then a little August calendar. So that's for July. And then for my daily, I'm still not happy with this, but I'll come up with things. But I just did, you know, my tasks for Saturday, and then here's Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Tuesday's my anniversary. I've been married 14 years to a wonderful man who can do anything. I love him. And so our anniversary is Tuesday. And so then I did this tracker thing here, but I'm not going to use that, but I didn't want to mark through it, so, but ignore that. But here I did a 2-page tracker, and my marker bled through, so I know not to use that marker anymore. But, so I did things that I want to do every day, and so I listed those here, like devotions, pray in the Spirit, ACV, drink my apple cider vinegar drink. And I'm reading backwards, so that's why I'm I don't know what it, bullet journal, do my bullet journal every day. Do something in it, add an item every day to my shop, Etsy shop. Knit, spin, and work on my quilt at least 5 times this month. My color quilt block that I'm embroidering, which I haven't done. And then I've got room to add other things. So if I do them, I'll just color in the square for the date. This is the date of the month. Okay, and then this is my favorite. Meal planning. So this, and I copied this, but basically, well, I kind of copied it. I didn't write down. These are things like you could fix. So using chicken. So here's some things that I normally would fix. Pork, and so on. And so just meals that I would normally have. And then, this is the coolest thing. So here is actually the meal plan. So Monday, we're going to have burgers. And then Tuesday, we're going to have grilled chicken. So, but here's the thing. I don't have to, next week, I'll just take these off and put new ones on for whatever we're having. So this can last forever. And then I'm going to get a Post-it note shopping list too. So then I can just write down my shopping list and it's all there in one place. And then the next week, just whack it off and put it. Actually, I may save them because I could reuse them if I did the same meal plan. But anyway, so that's the work on my bullet journal. I'm excited about that. What else has been going on? My daughter, Grace, is 9, and she is going crazy with these pot holders, weaving these pot holders. She's made like $20-some. And, I mean, it's amazing. And she just loves it. I mean, she's constantly weaving pot holders. If she's not doing something with us, playing or whatever, then she's listening to Christian music on Pandora or YouTube and weaving. And she's doing a really good job. She did a houndstooth pattern today. She just got on YouTube and found this pattern for the houndstooth, and she did it. She just went in her room and did it by herself. So I'm so proud of her. But anyway, she's doing that, and I may see if I can put some of her pot holders in my shop. Getting something in my throat. For reading, I got Miss Julia Hits the Road, so I'm reading that. It's funny. I just love those books. And then the other thing, I'm still reading the Amish Knitting Circle. I haven't read that this week because the Miss Julia book I want to finish before the library snatches it back from me. So I'll do that. And we're still studying Ecclesiastes in our small group on Fridays, and James in our small group on our class on Wednesday. And then tomorrow for my ladies class, we're going to look at the Queen of Sheba. So that should be interesting. And then trying to think what else we've got going. On the 4th, we're going over to some friend's house, and we're just going to spend the day and have fun there. They've rented a boat, and it's just going to be a blast. We just love our friends, Mark and Paulette, and her dad is there with them now, Mr. Frank, and he's awesome. And he and Jean really get along because they both both know about cars and work on cars, so they have that in common. They fish. It's just, he's just a wonderful man and a real man of God. So we're going to spend the day with them on Monday. And tomorrow we don't have much going on. Today, last night I'm thinking, we don't have anything going on Saturday. And so then I'm like, what have I forgotten? Because I don't write anything down because I think I'll remember. And I'm like, surely we have something happening. It may still come to me what we've missed at this point. But anyway, it's a beautiful day here. Ben and I spent a lot of time in the lake swimming, and Grace was in there with us for a little while. And it was just a good day. Just a real relaxing, peaceful day, and the weather was gorgeous. I don't know that it even got to 80, but it was so nice today. So anyway, that's it for now. And I wanted to say, and I should have said this at the beginning, but I thank you guys for watching. And if you're a returning viewer, thanks so much for coming back. And if you are a new viewer, welcome. And this is only episode 4 of the podcast, so you can catch up. You can watch the 1 through 3. The one last week, I looked so tired, and the reason for that was I was so tired, and I wanted to try to get the podcast done, but I was tired. But you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Ravelry as Simply Homespun. And on Twitter, I'm Simply Homespun1, the number 1. And on my Etsy shop is Simply Handspun Yarn. And Pinterest, I'm Simply Handspun. So if you want to find me, you can find me anywhere. If you Google Simply Homespun, all that comes up. So, but anyway, thank you so much, and I hope you have a blessed week. And I will see you back next week with lots of progress. I promise. All right, you take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.